Hi, I'm Ruth Astle. I am a professional triathlete. Still feels very weird saying that. Yeah, and I'm out here to start my 2023 season at Challenge Gran Canaria.
What's your biggest achievement so far?
Oh, um, I still kind of split it into two from a kind of my age group achievements and then pro achievements. But I'd say as a pro, coming fifth at the St George World Champs last year.
Fantastic. Well, as an age grouper, you were the first overall in Kona in 2019 and you decided finally to become pro at 30. Can I ask what took you so long to make that decision?
There were a couple of things. I had in my head that I wanted to win the overall race in Kona before going pro. I just had it as something I wanted to tick off. It felt like that would be real validation that I'd be good enough to go pro. And I also wanted to be senior enough in my job at Lloyd's to be able to, if I stepped away completely, be able to jump back in quite easily. And at that point, I'd then done 18 months in my more senior role that I was like, we basically have grades. So I'd reached the right grade to be like, if I need to step away, I can. Thankfully, they've been super flexible. So I'm still actually working 11-ish hours a week with them. But yeah, it was like those 2 points I wanted to tick off, and I wanted to transition knowing that I could actually be competitive as a pro rather than just turning pro and being at the back. And yeah, it seems to have worked out all right. So good decision, I think.
So you just mentioned your job, so you're still working 11 hours, but still that's 11 hours that could be training, I guess, or resting. So how do you balance that, the work and the training, to be at the level you need to be?
So yeah, it's something I've tussled with a bit in terms of should I still keep doing it. I actually just enjoy having something completely unrelated to triathlon. I think from a mental perspective, having something that keeps you kind of engaged and something for your brain to do that's not just training focused is actually quite important for me. I think I'd get really bored if I wasn't doing it, because I think there's only so many hours you can train. Like, I'm already training 25, 30 hours a week, probably not gonna really do much more than that. And recovery wise, I find, okay, I'm probably not as recovered as I could be with, I could just be napping, but I'm still sat down, I've got my feet up usually. I find like that kind of work, it's not that stressful. And the new role that I've got is also, it's not very stressful compared to what I used to do. So even from a mentally taxing perspective, it's not that bad. It's just interesting and yeah, nice to have something that's a lot bigger than triathlon in some ways from getting that normal life perspective.
And something that forces you to sit down for a few hours. Last time you came in 2017, you were competing as an age grouper. You're coming back as a pro. What is the difference? How amazing is the difference, or is there no difference?
So I think actually triathlon's one of those unique things where it's very similar, being an age grouper and a pro at most races. I think probably where I've felt it to be the most different is at those big championship races, so St George and Kona, because of I think like the media that you do around it, the kind of the general buzz feels a lot bigger. But I think the main difference, I don't know, I get put up in a nice hotel like this, which is really nice. Didn't get that as an age grouper. Yeah, I like there's obviously different pressures. In some ways it is, it is my job. I want to do well for my sponsors and the people that support me, but even as an age grouper, like you still have that drive that you want to win, you want to do as well as you can. So it's just a slightly different, you're not just doing it for yourself. But yeah, I think like start line vibes are still really similar. Like I don't know if it's the same on the men's side. I feel like that might be a bit different, but on the women's side, it certainly feels still very like friendly, supportive. Everyone's able to kind of chat and have a joke on the start line, and then the gun goes and it gets serious. But yeah, I think other than that, it feels pretty similar.
You just mentioned being put up in a nice hotel. Can you tell us a little bit about Amphi, what your first impressions are? You just arrived?
Yeah, so I got in last night just as the sun was setting, had this lovely sunset over my shoulder. But yeah, it's been really nice. It's actually perfect for racing because it's like little self-catered apartment, so you can do all your like pre-race food without worrying too much about that. Really spacious. Again, I think when you travel with a bike, you get very used to being crammed into little hotel rooms and basically sleeping with your bike. So this has got, like separate area for like lounging and all of that. And yeah, they've just been super helpful. Like the reception guys are willing to kind of do anything. And yeah, I've not really had a chance to go and like chill by the pool or explore that much yet. But
Maybe after.
Post race, you'll find me sunbathing by the pool.
Perfect. Let's talk a bit about the race. Is there any particular part of the race you're really looking forward to, and any particular part that you're a little bit worried about?
So I think like the whole race actually, like it's not actually that late, but it feels quite late to be starting the season because it just feels like there's actually been some quite big races. So I've had that kind of FOMO of I really want to get racing. But yeah, I think like the swim is the swim. I'm hoping I'll have a good day, but we'll see. Anything can happen. I think it would just be quite nice to actually be in the open water. It's obviously still freezing cold at home, so I've not done any open water swimming yet. So that might be slightly interesting, but it's not usually something I struggle with too much, kind of translating to the open water. The bike is just like, I love this bike course. It's like up, down, twisty. And it's also, because it's so like out and back, there's lots of points to kind of tell where you are in the race and kind of what those gaps are like. So that is quite good from seeing where you're at. Yeah, probably a bit nervous about the run. I've not really done much running. I've had a bit of a calf issue. So yeah, seems to be all right, touch wood. And yeah, so run-wise, I'm kind of not expecting much, just kind of want to get through it and use it as a bit of a good training day on the run. I mean, I obviously want to try and win, but I mean, Anne's turned up now, so I'd like to try and podium. Yeah, 70.3 I'd say isn't really my distance yet. I'm still got a long way to go swim and run wise. So yeah, mainly this for me is that tester of kind of how winter training's gone, see where I'm at, hopefully just have a nice fun day out.
Do you like middle distance though? Is this your distance?
Like I like it, but it's not my distance yet. Like the swim has got a lot of work to be done still, and yeah, like the times that people are running now, yeah, I need to take about 5 minutes off my run time.
Your prediction for podium?
Ooh. So I think Anne will win. It's then there's a lot of interesting people, to be fair. There's like there's a lot of quite new pros, which is always interesting because I think some of them you can see like rapid progression. Yeah, I mean, obviously I raced Lydia back in Swansea and she had a pretty good race there and beat me. So yeah, I feel like this is quite a good course for Lydia. She spends a lot of time in Lanzarote. It's quite similar in terms of the riding, so I would expect she could be up there. There's another quite new pro, Meg McDonald, who again, like she's just pretty solid all-round athlete. I know she's been coached by Mark Matthews and he seems pretty confident in her abilities. I'm definitely people like Svenja Toos as well. Like there's loads of people. I think the kind of race behind Anne will be quite close. I feel like Anne will just run away quite quickly. But yeah, hopefully there can be some good battles behind the rest of us.
Your plans for the rest of the year?
Ooh. So post this, I'm going to Mallorca. I'm spending sort of 10 days there just to keep soaking up some sunshine. And then hopping across to Ibiza. I'm going to do the WTS long distance champs. Because again, 100k distance, not really my bag right now. And then I've basically got, I think it's about 7 weeks until Challenge Roth, which again, super excited about. I only raced it as an age grouper, but it was on my birthday, so it was like an epic race.
And this time too? Or?
No, next year it's on my actual birthday again. So
excellent.
I have to make sure I get my Kona qualification ticked off so I can do that again. So yeah, I'll probably just do a big block before it. I haven't actually planned any races yet. I could do a race 2-3 weeks before it, but yeah, I think at the moment I probably just need a good block. And then I've not planned anything post that. At the moment, like that's the kind of the big race I'm aiming for so far, and then it'll be see how that goes, reset, and then decide what my build to Kona should be.
Excellent. Well, we're very happy to have you here in Gran Canaria. Welcome to Amphi Challenge Morgan Gran Canaria. We hope to see you every single year from now on as a pro as well. Thank you very much and good luck for Saturday.
Thank you.